So, I had this bright idea. Rather than writing up this interview, we'll just put it in video, and then it saves having to write anything up, and that's a much better idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and my bright idea was because you've already got the questions, haven't you? The interview
I
questions.
do. You already have the questions already to think about.
Can you read
My
one out?
dad's done a great laugh.
Is your
Hold on a
dad there?
second. No, my dad just messaged me.
Oh, how's he?
Yeah. He's good. He's been out climbing a bit, or he's been to Kendal a bit. Right. First question. So, is this a role reversal? I'm going to ask the questions and you're going to answer them for me.
Right. Okay. Let's try that. Okay.
We're thrilled you're now part of the team. What cause would you like to champion as a BMC ambassador?
So the things I love about climbing are climbing outdoors. I'd really like to sort of promote outdoor climbing. I know I'm very involved in indoor climbing, and that's a really cool thing. But there's so many people climbing, and I just think I'd really love to give people who do that the opportunity of climbing outdoors, because in my life that's meant so much to me, and I've benefited so much from outdoor climbing. And I'd love just for like whatever percentage of these people to experience this outdoor world and sort of just to have the same opportunities that I've had, because I feel I've been very lucky to have had these opportunities over the years. So if I could give some of these climbers just a bit of inspiration, a bit of direction, a bit of motivation to sort of experience the outdoor world, I think I'd be giving back so much of the gifts that have been given to me. And that's the first thing. The other thing is, well, as a woman, I feel really to inspire other women is be a really good thing to do. And I know there's more, again, like climbing's changing, there's more and more women doing it, but just to see women to understand that the potential they have, and sort of to sort of not be held back in any way by the things that have held them back in climbing or in life, is if I could expose other women to sort of what it is to be a climber and what the benefits are as being a climber, I'd feel that'd be a really amazing thing I could bring to the table. Outside of that, there's environmental things which are very close to my heart. I work with a lot of environmental issues, and outside of my role as a BMC ambassador, I work in lots of environmental things, protect our winter, involved in other things with ambassadors from different outdoor worlds, and we come together to see how we can put something back into the sport that has given us so much over the years. So I'd say those three things are the sort of the main things that motivate me as an ambassador to basically what I could like to influence people with.
That's a great answer.
Nice.
You did very well there. I don't think I could have put it any better.
Okay, question 2. Bring them on. This is good.
How do you think the BMC can best help others?
Best help other climbers or other outdoor people, or the rest of the world in general?
It just says others.
Others. Well, the BMC can help.
So I'm assuming it's the general BMC population.
Well, it feels that. So the BMC is in a very lucky position because we're doing lots of environmental work, and as I say, it's very close to my heart, the environmental stuff, and that's. I mean, the changes we're making in the minute are very like real changes and very proactive changes. There's hills to oceans. There's Mandar Mountains. These are things that go beyond just the climbers or just the BMC members to sort of just make the environment a better place and sort of in every way. So that's definitely a way we feel we can help others, the BMC, and well, yeah, that's the main way, I think.
What involvement have you had with the BMC before becoming an ambassador?
Oh, well, it was really amazing that, I was the first woman to climb 9A. I was, was my ascent of Big Bang. That was the first female UK female to climb down A. And there's times when I thought I wouldn't do it, but the BMC, and in many ways they believed in me because they sponsored my film called 9A, The Big Bang by Emma Twyford. So they got on board and sort of, and it was really good that they were there to document the entire thing, because as time recedes and that thing recedes, it's really amazing that I've got a document of what this was like, because I can look back on it and there's aspects of the journey that you forget. But then you can look back and see this thing. Oh, there's some things that I forgot about, and you forget how much it means to you. So it's really cool that the BMC supported this film, and we're part of it.
When you're hobbling along in your 80s, you'll be there.
When I'm older, I mean, one day I'll be like almost like as old as some old people. But I'll always have that film to go back and look at and remind me how, what it was like. So that's the biggest involvement I've had with the BMC. Plus, I go to area meetings in North Wales, close to where I live. I go to the BMC area meetings and things. So I've always been involved in that. And yeah, but being an ambassador, now that I'm an ambassador, it'll be much more closer, broader involvement. And it allows me plenty of space to see what my involvement will be, so I can control that and see what areas I'm really interested in. So I'm really excited.
You sound really excited.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited, Niall. Really excited.
So excited you could be like, I'm really excited.
Oh man, I'm buzzing. I'm just literally sat here buzzing about the thought of it. Yeah. Ambassadorship, I've always felt being an ambassador has been my thing, because I'm an ambassador for Protect Our Winters and all these sorts of things. You name it, I'm an ambassador for it. Literally. Yeah, you name it.
As soon as the word ambassador comes up, that's it. Yeah, me.
That's me. Yeah. You know, sometimes when you're flying across the Atlantic and there's an emergency and they put out in the loud hailer, is there any ambassadors on the plane? There's been an emergency in first class. I put my hand up and I just steam down there to see how I can help. Just see anyway. Yes, I'm an ambassador. What's the problem? Then you always help, maybe land the plane or defuse a bomb or disarm a terrorist or something like that. There's always room for an ambassador in an airplane.
What film have you been watching recently?
9A Big Bang.
How can climbing in the we've already kind of touched on this, but how can climbing in the outdoors make a difference in people's lives?
Oh, well, just this last year, it's been such a tough time for everyone, and mental health has been so important for mental health, just to get outdoors, breathe some air, see a horizon, feel the wind in your face. And they sound like simple things, but just to get out there and do it has made so much difference to people. And that's one of the reasons I'm saying I want to influence people to go outside, because as much as I appreciate people climbing indoors, to give people the chance to feel the rain in your face, it just feels that's what it's all about.
Which is what we mostly get at the moment in the UK, is rain on your face.
And it's not a bad thing, is it?
No.
Yeah, no. Niall, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, that's what I'd love. That's how the outdoors can make the biggest difference at the minute. And you know what? You send people outside, and if you educate them right through BMC videos, they realise it's not just a matter of being there. There's a responsibility involved in all this too. It's, you look after the environment, you look after yourself, you look after other people. And to learn that for people these days that's a cool thing to learn, isn't it? It's not just about take, it's about give.
You've also been involved in a couple of the BMC Respect the Rock videos.
Yeah.
You find that's helped? Has it made a difference?
Well, it made a big difference. I often get recognised these days from people people who sort of disrespect the rock will sort of see me and sort of feel a bit threatened. If some people put tick marks and maybe scrub with a wire brush, and whenever they see me, they feel a bit they all come up and give me, you're that guy from Respect the Rock, aren't you? And they sort of get a bit really sort of angry with me, and I say that's okay, but you got to change your ways. So, and then I show them Respect the Rock videos, and they change their ways, and that's how it influences people. So it's kind of, again, doing so much for other people it's what it's all about, isn't it? Being a part of this community, it's so important.
Teaching people so that they can be better.
Yeah, but also Niall, also to learn. It's not just about teaching people. It's about learning.
It's about learning.
Yeah. I like to learn.
The knowledge.
Yeah. These questions are really easy. They're
Who
really.
inspired you, and who did you look up to when you were young? And how
So,
about now?
so what was the question?
Who inspired you, and who did you look up to when you were young?
Oh,
And how
so
about now?
so I'll tell you an inspirational thing. Right, I was going to Froggatt one day. It was quite a beautiful sunny day, and it was like a good long time ago. And as I got to Froggatt, in the distance I saw somebody setting off great slab in E3, an unprotected E35B solo on Froggatt, and I'd never climbed this sort of thing before, like a totally unprotected but quite difficult slab. I got closer, and it was Angela Soper, and she just cruised up it, and it was just I just watched her climb it, and it was just the most amazing. I mean, maybe to do with prejudice, oh, there's an older person, there's a woman, but she climbed it, and it was just so inspiring. And after she did it, I went over and did it, and it was just very much followed Angela's trail up this thing. And I never spoke to her since to tell her how much it meant to me. But it was just,
She was on the BMC stand at Kendal because
I know, and I kind of was a bit shy. I wanted to go and tell her, but I didn't dare go up and tell her because she was involved in somebody else. But she was my inspiration to get into soloing on Gritstone. She was the one that sort of opened the door through inspiration, Angela. And was the other question?
and who inspires you now?
Emma Twyford. I find Emma Twyford really inspiring because, well, Emma's a very high performing climber, but she's a very sort of she's a BMC ambassador, and the thing about her, she's got a very sort of good touch with people, and she's very good with people, and she didn't what you see of her on media or things like that is when you meet her, she's that same person, which is, I think that's really nice because it means she's very genuine. And often in the world today, genuineness can get lost through sort of self-promotion. And Emma never goes down this thing of self-promotion. She's always, what you see is what she is. As far as I can tell from having met her beyond this sort of world. I've met her in real life many times, and she's always a pleasure to meet, and she's always nice with everyone who she seems to meet, and she just seems like a total inspiration of everything climbing should be today. Just high performance, total fun, total engagement on every level, emotionally, and your heart and soul evolve in climbing and give so much to it and get so much from it. So Emma's my hero. Emma's my hero.
Thanks, Niall.
Next question. These are really easy questions.
I think you've gone from like answering as me to answering as you.
It's all gone a bit weird, isn't it? It's all gone quite weird. Well, but I can be my own inspiration, can't I, Emma?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh. That I do not know. That I do not know. And I would nearly defer to the real Emma for the answer to that question.
Oh God.
I never knew the answer to that one, Emma.
I mean, I guess climbing took over so much from a young age. I guess I always thought I would go into some sort of sporting activity, but one of the things that we always used to do as the girls between us as at competitions was we all had these plans of how we could be full-time climbers. And when we were young, it was obviously to marry someone rich so that they could fund our lifestyle of climbing. Obviously, that didn't work out for any of us, pretty much. And you realise as you get older, that's a pretty shallow perspective to have on life. But when we were kids, that was what we all aspired to do.
That's amazing. Who were these people?
He was like, so all of us that were on the team at the same time, I think it's like me, Gemma, even like Sadie, just all of us, the girls who were kind of around the same age competing together.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So in all those questions I was answering for you, what else should we say? I mean, what was wrong, or
when did you realize you can make a career out of climbing?
Oh, I don't think I can make a career out of climbing. I wouldn't call it a career. It's sort of I scrape from week to week to month to year, thinking how
I
is
mean,
this all going to work?
it's definitely changing, especially with the Olympics having just happened.
Right.
I think the reality is a career in climbing is one one person every now and then will make some seriously good money out of it.
Mm.
I think it's definitely different in America. But over here, I think in the UK, it is going to be very much a lot more of the competition climbers will do better financially and be able to make a career out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, my last question. It feels like you've put so much effort into climbing, and it's been involved purely for yourself, isn't it? Time and all those decades and training and sort of days out. It's all worth. Is it all worth it, or is there times you think, what's it all about? What keeps you hanging in there?
I think you definitely go through stages like where you make kind of life choices and you kind of question whether it's all worth it. But I think for me, like there's definitely particular moments in time in my climbing career where you can't take those memories away, and like as long as I feel like I'm living my life and making the most of it, and also kind of try to make a positive impact on people I meet as well. Like, I mean, fundamentally, if you look at it, climbing is quite a selfish sport, and it's not going to change the world. And so what we do is quite it's like minuscule,
Yeah.
basically. And I think that's what a lot of people forget when they are going climbing. It becomes absolutely everything to them. And yeah, it is fundamentally it's my career. It is everything to me, but it's also fun, and it's meant to be fun. And I think that's one of the things I maintain is like, if it's not fun, then what is the point?
Yeah.
So, like everything that I do for me, and I make personal choices on what I want to do, but it's always because I want to have fun doing that. And sometimes it isn't. Sometimes you get it wrong.
Yeah.
But I think it's basically kind of try to look towards having no regrets, and like if I can look back and go, okay, I may have to work till I'm much older. I've watched like my grandparents' generation do that. They worked till they retired, and then both of them passed. Like one had a major stroke, and one passed away.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to be working like that. I'd rather be out making the most of my life whilst I can, and then carry on until I'm as old as possible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good aim.
Do you want any more of the questions, or how has the world of climbing changed for women over the years? I mean, I guess when I first got into climbing, it was very heavily male dominated. It's always what I've been used to. It's what I've grown up with. And I mean, you can look into the history. It's just changed from generation to generation. Like back in the day when it was frowned upon to go out into the hills because you were supposed to be at home doing your wifely duties of doing the house cleaning, looking after the kids. And then, I mean, looking back at some of the Pinnacle Club stories to when that first started 100 years ago to now.
Yeah.
I mean, what I experienced when I was younger was probably just the tip of a very big iceberg. And it is progressing. There are more women getting involved in the sport there's more female clubs within the climbing walls. There's more female clubs outdoors. There's more diversity within climbing than there ever has been. And I think it's just keeping that positivity going, and keeping the momentum behind getting more women into it going as well. I think it's one of those things people people see someone else doing it and they get inspired.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest way to get more people into it, is they see someone that they can relate to.
Role models.
Role models.
Yeah.
And then they want to give it a go. Or it's through friends. I think it's just making it as much of a welcoming sport as possible. And I think it's just about educating each other, like you said, it's learning, and it's educating each other that it's not letting each other's egos get too far ahead, basically. Like, you don't want women to be in like intimidated at the wall, and you don't want guys' egos to get too far ahead of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, and it should be a safe space for everyone, basically.
Yeah. And do you think it's becoming more that way?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, you're still going to get cases or incidents where it isn't, and that is just part and parcel of any sport, or part and parcel of life in general. But I definitely think climbing is one of a really good sport for being quite accepting. And the outdoor world is quite a good, it's a good place to be. And I think we're definitely making inroads and heading in the right direction.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, they amazing. Can get
Oh, yeah. I suppose it can. Yeah. I was going to say, it seems to be getting good, but I'm no judge of this. This is sort of male. I have no idea what it's like for females coming into the sport. So I hope it is welcoming. And
for me, I've always noticed it when I was younger, but I always let it brush over me as well. And I think that's the thing. Sometimes you've just got to have the best thing sometimes you can do is either just have a thick skin to it. Sometimes, say to someone that's not okay if you feel like it's truly makes you feel uncomfortable or it's offensive. Or the even better thing is to just go up and casually climb what they're trying. If they've made some derogatory comment.
Yeah, that's one way of doing
it. Make it unassuming, and then just
Yeah. Have you ever done that? Have you done that?
I did it when I was a kid once. I was really pissed. I was.
Imagine as a kid, that feels brilliant.
It was brilliant then. I was just really annoyed because there were these two guys, and they were adults who were like, "Oh, it must be easy because the girl's climbing it." And so I just went and showed them.
Amazing. I mean, maybe it's not the most mature responsive thing, but I'd say when you're young, it just
teenage girl
feels amazing. It just feels amazing. Eat that, granddad.
And you get it every now and again, but it's usually some guy will watch you climbing something, and then they'll try and get on it afterwards, and realize that they've just been sandbagged.
Yeah. By themselves.
Yeah,
by the prejudice.
No, I mean, it's a lot different now. I guess because you just regularly see so many strong women out there, it's less. I think there is now a realization that a lot of women, just because you see them and they're quite slim and petite, doesn't mean they're not strong.
Yeah. Well, the standard's nearly the same now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Top levels so close.
I mean, that's one of the really nice things about climbing is that it can be this close in ability between the genders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah. Hey, I'm really psyched to become a BMC ambassador. I think genuinely, I think you're absolute superstar, and you're everything at climbing. Huh? You're gonna make you cry. Now, everything at climbing should be absolutely, totally, and it's really amazing. And look forward to working with you and stuff like that. Whatever we can sort of do together over the next whatever it is, be really good fun. Yeah, I'm really totally psyched.
It's a good friend. it's definitely nice to be on board and kind of hopefully have a positive impact.
Yeah, no, definitely you will.